Hello, my name is Scott Rideout, and I'm here to discuss reasons why I decided to turn Catholic and the issues that affected my decision. So there are three main issues. They are authority, historical, and scriptural. And just a quick background on me, I grew up on the Protestant side of faith, and most of my adulthood has been in the non-denominational part of Protestantism. So that's kind of where I came from. And what caused me to make, I guess, to reevaluate my what I believed is when really the question of authority came to my mind. Because when I look at my side of the faith, the Protestant side, there wasn't really any one single authority I could point to. And I found an interesting statistic from Barrett's World Christian Encyclopedia. And it says that there are over 9,000 different Protestant denominations in 238 countries around the world. So basically what we're talking about is that we have 9,000 different leaders in 238 different countries around the world. So that was an issue for me. So I decided to look at the Catholic side of faith because I've heard that they can trace their roots back to the days of the apostles. So when you look at Catholics, obviously they have the Pope, and that is their leader that they look to. And they trace the lineage of the Pope all the way back to Peter. So that kind of solved the issue as far as authority goes there. But then I went to historical. So Protestant side of faith, when you look at historical, it's really, you're looking at Martin Luther, because he is the one that started the Protestant Reformation when he nailed the 95 Theses on the church door in Wittenberg back in 1517. So that's basically where the Protestant side of faith started. And from there we get all these splintered different denominations. Thousands of different denominations. And so now I looked at the Catholic side as far as history goes, and they have what they call fathers of the church. So I found Polycarp of Smyrna and Ignatius of Antioch, who learned under the Apostle John, one of the original 12 disciples. And then there's Clement of Rome, and he actually got ordained by Peter, again, one of the original 12 disciples. And this information I got from a website at rsc.byu.edu. So it's a Brigham Young University website, obviously not a Catholic institution. And that's where I got that information from. So last thing I looked at was scriptural. And there was a scripture verse that I came across that I just could not get around. And that was Matthew 16, verses 18 and 19. And basically what this verse says is Jesus is speaking to Peter, and it says, "Thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it." And then he says, "I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven." And he goes on and says, "Whatsoever you loose in heaven, or loose on earth, will be loosed in heaven. And whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven." So obviously Jesus was giving Peter a certain authority that he didn't give to any of the other 12 disciples. So those are really the main issues that I looked at that caused me to decide to become Catholic. Thanks.